This is the second video, and we are going to be going over question 18. And it looks like the question is 110 grams is how many milligrams per deciliter? Let me see. PowerPoint. Okay. 110 grams per liter is how many milligrams per deciliter? That is the problem. Let me write that out. How many milligrams per deciliter? Okay. And let me just take a look here and see what the answer is. Well, I looks like there's some sort of discrepancy here. Maybe one of us has an older version of the PowerPoint. But this is the one I downloaded from the website. But the answer that is written in the answer key is 11,000, which I believe is correct. And it looks like you might have an older version, because I think I remember that this used to be written in the answer key. I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote that answer key. 1,100,000 milligrams per deciliter is incorrect. And so if that's what it says in your answer key, then that is wrong. It should be 11,000. I'm pretty sure, but we'll work it out just to make sure that that's right. So the answer key should say 11,000 milligrams per deciliter. Okay? So let's work this out. We want to write our mnemonic. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk ... micro ... nano. And I can see I'm going to be using a base. This is also a base. This is my milli and deci. So let's set it up in dimensional analysis format. 110 grams per 1 liter. And I can tell just by looking at it that I'm going to need 2 conversion factors. If you're unsure how many conversion factors you're going to need, just leave plenty of space and write an equal sign somewhere down here. But I can tell just by looking at it that I'm only going to need 2. Equals how many milligrams per 1 deciliter. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill in our empty shells. We're going to put grams down here so that they cancel out, and milligrams in the numerator, because that's what we want in our answer. And for the second conversion factor, we're going to put liters in the numerator so that it can cancel out, and deciliters in the denominator. This is great because we're going from metric units to metric units, and they maintain their dimension, which means that volume is converted to volume and mass to mass, so there's nothing tricky about this one. And we'll go ahead and fill this in. Take one of the larger units and find out how many smaller units can fit in that larger unit. So here's our grams for our base, right? Meters, liters, grams. If I take 1 gram, there are 1, 2, 3 decimal places after that to convert it to milli. That means that there are 1,000 milligrams in 1 gram. And again, if I do the same for liters and deciliters, liters is a base unit, so we'll start with 1. Where's my pen? It's 1 liter. And we're just going to be moving the decimal 1 place to find deciliters. So there are 10 deciliters in 1 liter. So we're going to multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and then divide the 2. So 110 times 1,000 divided by 10. 11,000. So that is the correct answer. My answer key is correct from the PowerPoint that I downloaded from the website. I'm pretty sure this is the right one, and the most current version. But if your answer key says something else, then maybe try re-downloading the PowerPoint from the website. And if it still says something different, then maybe something has gone wrong, and I'll take a look at it. Okay, let's move on to the next problem.